I'll be optimizing some endpoints that are a little bit slow, and yeah, I'll check whatever other issue Mitch has as for the backend. I'll pass it to Lauren, I guess.
Good morning, everyone. My intentions for the call are to record, take some notes, hang out with you all, get updated, on what's happening in Giveth.io. And I'm just distracted by the initial setup of everything right now, but I'm not that distracted. And I'll pass it to Mohammed.
Hey guys, my intention is to getting familiar with Giveth.io and I want to know what's happening, and if I can help in the develop, I can do it. I want to just come onboarding to project and knowing something like this. And I pass it to Monique. No, you are the last one, I think. I pass it to Ram.
Hi everyone. I'm really happy to join you in this meeting, and nice to meet you everyone. And I'm ready if I can help you in the front end or stuff, or if I can help. Thank you. I will pass it to Ash.
Hey everybody. I'm doing pretty good. Don't really have any distractions, and my intentions for the call is just see what's going on and where I can help, and just see everybody. I'll pass it to Carlos.
He already went. I'll go. So my distraction is cooking. I have to finish some cooking for the family, and otherwise I'm all here. Yeah, it's so nice to see the Trace team here. Most of it, very nice. I need something from Mateo, I think, but that's not part of this call. I will do that async for what I'm working on, which is just a little thing for the support page. And I give it to who's still missing. Amin.
Hello. Yeah, it's not my first time to give this call. I'm here to just see whether can I help you and try to be helpful. Just that. Thank you. Is there anyone missed?
Danny didn't
Danny?
go.
Yeah, Danny.
I'm just distracted because I made a barely big donation last night and it didn't work. So I'm like, hey guys, let's take a look at this morning. I need that to work so I can promote it. And also because I realized I was a little out of the loop and not posting it to the right board this whole next Giveth. So I figured I should come here and get the stuff in my brain. That's what I'm here for, and also just to appreciate you all and be here if there's anything I can do to help make this happen. And back to you, Monique.
I think we have the main man, Matto. And for yeah, Matto, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I go. Hi everyone, hope you have an amazing day. No distractions from my side. I want to check out the board and mainly focus on the issue that Danny found yesterday. It's quite important. I already got with it. It's an issue regarding a segment user ID, which is not being recognized on the save donation endpoint. So when it doesn't find it, it just breaks the whole flow. So a quick solution I might find is ignore that and save the donation, whatever the issue is with segment or not. Going on with that because it's quite important to also see the whole flow on segment. That's my main intention. Maybe check on the SendHub board and see what can we get help from Mohamed and Ramin maybe, besides Carlos? And yeah, I think that's it. I'll pass it to Forrest. Have you gone?
Hey everyone, buenos dias. I'm just here to observe and absorb so that I can make sure when I'm communicating things in communications and the give token that there's alignment and understanding what's going on with the dev team. So yeah, thank you, and I don't feel distracted.
I think we have Merding.
Yeah, Merlin.
Are you there, man? Okay. Let's just show a short update. It would be appreciated, Metal, if you can share your screen and help me manage this meeting about what's happened during this weekend and during this week and what we're gonna do. Thank you.
Okay, I was muted. Can you listen to me? Yeah. So, okay, this is the board. Let's go first to what's already on staging. I took the freedom to move everything that is already there as I found important, and you can test it already on next.giveth.io. So starting from the top, the dates were not showing in the timeline. Now that's working. The MailChimp email capture, this is an interesting one. I got help from Willy to get the segment, the autopilot credentials and make that work. At the moment, if you go to next.giveth.io on an incognito tab, you can see maybe a little pop-up showing in the bottom left corner that says, if you want to keep updated with Giveth, subscribe to our newsletter or something like that. I don't remember the name. And that will link us to the autopilot, and we fetch the user's emails directly to a list. The other way is in the landing page. We have I'll show you. We have how do you call it? A little input in here that if you set up the email address, it's also subscribing the user to that newsletter list on autopilot. And in here, if you go to incognito, besides the cookies, all of this stuff, eventually it will show up here. That's what I wanted to show you. Want to keep updated with all Giveth's latest, blah, 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 subscribe. So this is going to happen soon. If you guys from comms have a better way to describe this, be sure to tell me and we can change that. I think that Mitch has also access to autopilot, and there is an option there to make any configuration. So that's it for MailChimp. Next one is the images in the credit cards were failing to load. I did some optimization on this, upgraded next to the latest version, which is 11 that were out yesterday. Also made some changes in the way it's been shown. I think it's very good right now, but it could be even improved. But it's not showing the error that it's just a gray spot in the credit card. This one is Carlos one. I can describe it, but maybe Carlos, when it's your turn, you can talk about it. But it's mainly the edit and remove of the project updates. Before, you can only add new project updates, which was very boring. You can now delete them or edit them at pleasure. Rich text support for project descriptions. This one was an old one. It's already working for a while, but I think that the issue was not related. But okay, it's in a state in there. I think we can move it already to turn and ready to deploy because that was a long time ago. Anyway, mark verified projects as verified in the database. Ashley told me this one yesterday, I think. I changed the value of these 8 projects in the database. We just have to find a way to show the batch that Marco was working on for the design. I think there is already an issue in here. Yeah, it's in progress. I need to do that next. But regarding the database, that's already been marked. Those projects are already verified. I just need to show in the main page that they are indeed a verified project. The support page, this one was with Kai. We changed the contact link in the footer. Now it's showing support and it's linking to the support page that Kai worked on. I think, okay, there is a message in here. I think that's related with what Kai wants to talk to me about after the call.
Yes.
Yeah. This one was very important. Lauren was telling me that this was occurring a lot in the app. I sent this instantly to live because that error shouldn't be happening so often. But yeah, I solved it. I think it shouldn't be occurring anymore. Lauren, if you find it, please let me know. Okay, this one is interesting. Cancelled projects are showing up in the project list. This one was really weird because there was actually 2 projects with the same slug, and one was cancelled, the other one was active, but the one that was being shown in the project list was actually not cancelled and was owned by James. But when you went to the project view, it would fetch the one that is not that was actually cancelled. So I think that was some legacy code in there because it is indeed an old project, and that shouldn't be happening because I think there is already a condition that there shouldn't be 2 same slugs in the database. I may check that out and maybe set up a issue on the impact graph because the slug should be unique all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that shouldn't be happening anyway.
And you have it in the stage, so it means that it's done. I have to test it right now, or because it doesn't.
Yeah, I canceled both projects, and you can test this at the moment. It was this one, my perfect project. You can check it out on.
The issue was just to cancel this project or the main route.
Yeah, there were 2 slugs, 2 projects with the same slug, and one project was active, the other one was closed. So I had to deactivate both of them. That was it.
Thank you.
Because, yeah. This one I added yesterday. I upgraded to Next.js. This made the application a little bit better. It's always nice to have the project up to date, and there were many interesting stuff going on. The styles loading with delay. I also revised this and checked all the links that I mentioned in here. The only thing that I noticed that may be affecting that first loading of the style at first load is that there is no preprocessing of the CSS. I may need to check that out later, but for now I think the styling is as it should be for at least the current Next.js version. The images is processing also very good regarding the other issue that I mentioned. And I think that's it. I will maybe take a look later again at this issue, but for now I think it's good enough with that. So that's everything that is in here. It's already on next.giveth.io if you want to take a look and give approval or see if there's something wrong, go ahead. And in progress, I mentioned that I'm having the eligibility badges on the project view. Carlos is working on the migration files, and there is missing in here. This one, I want to get rid of all the little bugs or little issues to jump in on the Dribbles and ceramic research. And maybe that's the part I want to, I may want some help from the Trace team, because it should be very cool to have the same solution for both projects. That's it. I don't know if anybody wants to go next. Maybe Carlos, maybe, I'm not sure if Merlin did something.
I'd love to hear from Carlos.
Well, yeah, the main things that were merged, at least from my side, were the card that is in Dawn updates the seeds with new project fields, sorry, and that was because there were new columns on the database that were not updated for the project for testing, so I updated those files. Like Mateo said, I also did the edit and delete queries for the projects. Now I'm working on fixing migrations, and after that, Mateo, can you go to the sprint backlog? I'll work on the last card on these two queries that are somewhat slow, and they can be improved by adding a few things on the database, like indexes. So I'll work on that next, and yeah, then check whatever any other issue is happening, and I'll try to help. So yeah, that's my status basically.
Thank you. I appreciate if you can move it to in progress.
Sure.
It is in there because he's only working on migration files.
Yeah, I'll finish the migration files today and move the project optimization queries to in progress.
Mm-hmm. Very well. So I just asked Mohammed, Ramin, and Amin if they're interested to participate in this team, and with the confirmation of the metal, I just invited them to the meeting, and we also have Amin here. I think we can change a little bit about the resource planning that we have in that sheet. I think Mohammed, Ramin, and Amin can, each of them can have spent 10 hours during the coming week or in the current sprint. So I appreciate if you can have some issues for them in current sprint, and it can be on fixing bugs or onboarding process as you want, Mateo. And what do you think? I love if you have a short discussion right now at this meeting.
Yeah, it's nice. We are using the same stack. Hopefully, JavaScript, React, and we can hope you can define the scope. I basically when someone new devs want to jump into the project, most of the time is consumed for code reading. So we cannot expect much contribution from my use Trace team. We are a team, but we are all one team. But our guys should be maybe we are using different frameworks. In US Trace backend, we had Feathers. Here we have Apollo, GraphQL. Technologies are different. We have Next.js in the front end. I'm a little familiar, but I don't know about Ramin. So we can define tests and expect tiny contribution improvement in the first weeks, we can extend that impact in the rest.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe beginning with testing, maybe optimizing some of the current queries that there are right now is important, because I noticed that they are mainly the most important issue right now. Some queries are really like, okay, they get the thing done, but in the end, it can be quite slow, or the lack of testing can compromise the whole stability of the project. For example, if we already had a good testing for the safe donation flow, the issue that Danny encountered last night, it wouldn't been shown, because that's like a really edge case, and we're currently trying to know if she was an anonymous donor, sorry, or it was logged in, etc. But if we have those cases set up in a test, that should make our application more robust. So maybe they are not like features, but doing slowly a little bit testing coverage for the whole app can be a great help from your side, guys. Both in the front end and the back end, but mainly the back end.
Perfect. Mato, can we right now make some issues for them just to start?
Not sure if we necessarily have to do it right now, but because I want to check what can be like more appropriate, but I'll have it in mind. Just remind me, you mentioned that who's most in the back end and who is in the front? Is it Ramin or is it Mohammed?
Mohammed and Amin, mostly back end. They're full stack, but there's mostly back end, and Ramin, who has beer.
Okay.
he's the front end.
So yeah, I'll have that in mind and try to check what could be a better fit for each one, and then they can choose. Okay. And that would be apart from the current sprint plan, I guess, from the issues that are currently established, that we can add them, but it's apart.
Mm-hmm. Because we have gathering next week from Monday to end of the week, I think it will be perfect if we have a short hack meeting, for example, for just pushing them into the project because they're interested, and we have lots of same works even for Giveth and Trace and IO. For example, the 3-box integration, we have to make it clear, and it's in our sprint right now, and in the Trace, I just ask them to a same thing that I ask from you to read the documents and make it clear for the user journey of the, for example, 3-box integration. So we can also have a start on this issue because it's on the both sprints, but the both projects have to be work on this during this sprint. And what do you think? I'll contact you after the meeting and set a short hack meeting to discuss about it, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. And I would just to ask Danny, Lauren, if they have any issues. I'm just worried about the lots of issues that we have in our Giveth -2 port. I just want to think which of them is very critical, because I'm blind right now, and you guys knows everything better than me. And I was just to ask you, because we have to plan for our next sprint. I need your help to make them a clear priority for all the issues in the next -2. I would love to ask you guys, please, if you can, share your screen and go to all the board and see if we have any critical issues there, kind of bugs, kind of feature request. Can we bring it to our new board and plan it for our next sprint? I think the priority here right now is just to make the IO more stable, and after that we have to integrate Treebox and just give back token service. That's it.
Yeah, I just want to say with the Giveth 2 board, I went through almost all of it, but not yet all of it, and went through any of the issues that weren't finished and transferred them almost all over to Next. But I'd like to finish doing that today. But basically, all of the main issues are on Next, and the Next board is looking super clean. Mateo did so much, fixing so many bugs. So today I'll finish going through the old board and just moving everything over that's still outstanding.
I just ran a quick filter on issues that are mine on Giveth 2. Besides the new ones I just created on the wrong board last night, there's still an open one, number 808, that's listed as a bug and next sprint. And it was working and now it's not again. So that's definitely still one I need to figure out.
Sorry, which one, Danny?
808. 808.
Okay.
And then I made a new one because now not only can I not heart them, but also the giver number and donation numbers aren't matching. So that was a new one I made last night.
There is a link that you can transfer the issues to the Giveth-Next.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I just heard you ask if there were any that I have out there that I care about. So.
Okay. Because I can't see it in our current board.
Yeah. So.
It's in the old board. It's on the staging board, I think. Right?
No, it's in Giveth-2.
Yeah. That's the old board.
I don't know. So I'm old apparently.
It's just we started the new board because we thought that a lot of the issues from Giveth 2 were going to be resolved by the next swap, the update.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I just missed the memo on where to post issues. I think it's a great idea. I also just like this. Giveth Next.
Mm-hmm.
Trace, Giveth Next. That's cool. But yeah, that's all I see other than the ones. So Mateo, maybe I'll be around here for a little bit. I'd love to see if there's something going on with my system. The other one I made is that it just says 0 givers on most of the campaigns for me.
Yeah, I may have an idea why that's happening. But yeah, I'll give more priority to the issues that you mentioned and maybe push to live instantly as a hotfix because they are very important by the time I'm done. So just to let you guys know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really.
To the current sprint metal and the top issue in that color. Sorry. Danny, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I want to promote this donation and this project, so the sooner I can show the information correctly, the better, please. That's all.
Thank you. Comments from Ashley, Mitch?
I'd also like to say about, how we discussed having the user flow for transferring or onboarding projects onto Trace from Giveth.io. I think that's something that we could put some attention to as well. And so, the idea or proposed user flow is that projects go on to Giveth.io first, and then eventually can get verified. And then once they're verified, then they're able to move on to Trace. So I think that's something worth.
I was hoping to like talk with Mitch and work with Mitch this week about getting emails in autopilot set up a little bit better than what we have right now. And I think it would be great, like once the project receives verified status, then we can send them an email inviting them to start using Trace. So that's definitely on my priority list this week of getting those emails set up and get a more clear journey set up for some of the users in the autopilot now that we're fully on Next.
Mm-hmm. But before sending email, you just have to know them and make them kind of campaign manager to enable them to create campaign in Trace. Is it a manual flow? I think we obliged to have right now, because if a simple user goes to Trace, he cannot make any campaigns. Oh, we have Griff. How are you?
So basically, we would need to just add their address to the whitelist once their project is verified, right?
Just let us know before inform them to being used Trace. We have to change their role at first step.
It would be pretty nice to automate that, right? It's like, if a user has on IO is a verified project, boom, the campaign acceptable campaign managers list. We got to get rid of the word whitelist. It's like registry or something, but the campaign manager registry just automatically gets updated. That would be a really nice.
And it would be based off of the address that they're using for their project, yeah, the ETH address.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, what do you think? Can we provide APIs for them to make it automated?
When user is whitelisted to be a campaign owner, he can create any type of campaign. I think it would be better to we ourselves create the campaign and make him owner.
I like that idea. I think that it's a good call. Being able to automate it in an automated way, just make a campaign on Trace from the IO project.
I think right after they fill the form, and you contact them to check their request and make them. You want to make them verified. Which process do you take for making verified in IO? Actually, just
a true false boolean in the database that is like true they are verified or false they are not.
No, I mean the
concern with automating. Oops, sorry.
Sorry, you just asking Metal to do it, or you have.
As of right now, I just send the link of the list of slugs to Matteo, and he just changes the value in the database to true. But what I was going to say is my only concern about automating and automatically creating a campaign on Trace based off of their IO project. If they're not interested in using Trace and people are donating to their campaign on Trace, then maybe they're not being active there and they're not realizing that they're receiving donations there, or if they're not interacting with Trace, then or they choose not to.
I mean, if a donor this is a framing that I think we as a community should really decide. Like, are we a donors first platform? If we're a donors first platform and a donor wants to donate to someone and they have, but they want traceable donations, I would think most projects would be okay to comply with the traceable donation request. And if donors prefer traceable donations, then on mainnet, then like, oh, okay, I have to figure out how this Trace thing works. Honestly, it's almost like a nice onboarding technique to Trace, because it's like, well, here's money, but like the strings are attached, right? Like you have to tell us what you're going to do with it.
I suggest this, and I'd love to have your ideas here. What if we can just after, if they show their interest in their form to be on Giveth or get verified, actually send us the email too. He just send the list to the Metal, and we can just send the address of user to the Trace team, and the Trace team can change their role. What do you think?
I said as I said, it's not a good idea to make a user be able to create campaign. You should create a campaign for him with data, with the content he provides, and make him owner. Just that. It will be better because if you are whitelisted, you can go and create multiple campaigns for yourself, and we don't want to do it.
No, exactly, because then they can circumvent the project verification requirement, right? They can be like, oh, I got verified for my real charity, but now I also have my hot dog stand, and this should get givebacks too, right? And so we can't let them have that power.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I'm just concerned because like donations could be sitting in their campaign on Trace, but they're not interacting with Trace at all.
Yeah, and I think this goes to a further like how do we integrate Trace and IO, and there probably needs to be a lot of thought there, and we're kind of just being like haphazardly like, well, let's just do this, okay, cool, but maybe more of a plan of how to integrate the two projects in a more seamless way where people can see on IO that they have money in Trace, or in these sorts of like obvious issues that arise from like user testing and from us like thinking about it can probably be addressed with some forethought.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Maybe we can put that on our agenda for the retreat, or like have a big group meeting on how to brainstorm about how to integrate the two platforms.
That's a great call.
Do you want to plan out for your communication meeting, or is not another meeting?
I think it's kind of a bigger picture than just communications team,
Mm-hmm. Okay, I appreciate if you can send a doodle to.
Yeah, I think we have like a retreat agenda thing, or like a retreat like things we're going to discuss about. I'll make sure it gets on there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know there's some times blocked out that will be available for all of us to join, so that we can make it so that you guys in the Middle East can join us and people in Europe can also join us. So we have a few blocks of time that are scheduled for maybe some bigger idea things like this that we can all collaborate on together. So I think it's kind of a whole team vision of how they'll integrate.
Nice. Torch just left it in the chat.
So, Mitch, do you have anything to add?
Well, the thing is with Matteo adding in verified projects manually is that it won't work to send it to autopilot. There has to be something that happens that triggers it to segment, and then we can send those emails automatically. So something in the back end still has to be built for that to be automated, at least for emails.
Okay. So maybe there's just like once the project verification team has verified projects, there can be like an interface where we can go in and mark those as verified. Or maybe somebody has certain permissions that they can go in through the DApp and like mark that to true. I'm not sure the best.
Yeah, like my thought would be like how admins can deactivate a project, and it would just be a button that would just be like verify, and then it would change the Boolean from false to true, and then send that track call to segment at the same time.
Can admins deactivate a project? Because I thought that was also done through the database.
That's a good question. I think James built most of this stuff, so it's hard to get the answers.
Let's make an issue. Mitch, can you please make it?
Yeah, sure.
We can make it clear and see if we can go forward with it or not. And we have Marco here. How are you, Marco? Marco, we have a big issue on integrating 3 bucks for verifying projects. we do need your help here to make it more clear. I just asked Metal to read the documentation of ceramic and IDX, but I'm not sure that you guys are deciding which one to integrate and finalize the user flow. At this point, I'm not very sure about it. Is it that more clear that we can start or not?
Was that a question to me?
Can you please help us to make it more clear? Is it an issue number?
I just want to add that from a project verification standpoint, we've kind of come to the conclusion that 3box and IDX isn't going to do what we need it to do. Like, it would be really nice to have it for profile and like users could, identify themselves and have different badges. But as far as project verification is concerned, it needs to be more of a manual process at this point.
Yeah, it's number 27 on US Next board. And it has been blocked by the 3box or ceramic research or profile verification issue. There are lots of conversations there with really ideas about the design, but I'm not sure either we decide on which technology we should go, 3box or ceramic and IDX or ceramic, and I'm not sure about the user flow.
But just to give Ashley, make sure Ashley's words were heard. Like, this is for just projects, or not projects, but for users, right?
Yeah.
Projects go through something else. Users have an identity that can be automatically created through IDX for us if they already did it on another DApp, or if they do it on Giveth, then their identity can be propagated through IDX for other dApps.
Yeah. Here is the issue. The last update was here. Their talk.
Yeah, this is for the user profiles, exactly as Griff described, not project verification.
Yeah, I know, but we plan to do it right now. Because project verification,
what's the final decision? What are we using? What are the requirements? From the technical side, has this been defined? After that, we can then build the user flow, I guess.
No, because you're the one from the team. I think that what was the last status here. Because of that, I ask you: is it did we decide on 3box or ceramic, or we didn't?
For some reason, my ZenHub is not loading this issue. Hold on a second.
Just to ask, has this been discussed already?
I don't think there's another game in town, is there? I think it's the only option. I don't know that there's any other tech that's has any network effect in the Ethereum space.
Yeah, I was gonna say that maybe I have been trying to do the research, but every time I just get more issues behind, and as soon as I do that, I think I will have a better flow in mind, and then I could say, Marco, this is what we have to do, and he will propose a better UX for the app. But without that research, I cannot say much. That's going to happen this week, very likely.
So hold on a second. So, okay, so we're just giving them the option to let's say, verify their profile or sign up, let's say, connect their profile with IDX or 3box as it has been called. But what about if we, like, why, like, we're then forcing them to use Treebox only. But some users might want to just, you know, connect and verify their Facebook account, or maybe their Twitter account, or maybe a website. Like, and these are like four types of verifications, right? What do we do about that? So
I think the idea with IDX is that they would handle we could outsource the verification process to them. So like, if they, and I'm not 100% sure of this, but I know for $3 at least, you could use $3 to verify your account, your Facebook, your Twitter, those things.
I know. I've done it that way as well. But that means a user must sign up for $3 first in order to verify other accounts.
Yeah, I mean, I think the benefit here is that the people who have already signed up for $3 wouldn't have to do anything, and their identity would just show up.
Okay, so like we can like decide that like $3 is the only option to verify, and then like if user does not have $3, we just force them to sign up for $3 anyway. But like what we gain from that is like the majority of users will already have $3, so like we count on that part.
Or at least,
is that correct?
I don't know about majority, but at least a lot of them would, especially our donors. A lot of our donors will probably have $3. Because in general, there's a lot of dApps use this. Like anyone who has a Mulek DAO, if they did that uses $3. I don't know. I see my name pop up on all sorts of things. You know.
But it's like just deciding to allow the user, if they don't have a $3 setup, to do it, because it can be set up automatically. If my address is already set up with $3, I can make it show my name that I already set up before the $3. So I think that it comes out to an option later on in the verification. Hey, we can notice that you don't have your Facebook, Twitter name on $3. Wanna do it? And we link them to $3 and do it using MetaMask or whatever. I think that could be a good flow using $3. I'm not sure how Ceramic works, but $3 is like that.
What do you think?
Okay, I mean that's fine. Like if that's the decision, that's fine. We also pasted one screenshot from an example from Gitcoin where you have like these trust levels or trust bonus and kind of stuff. So like basically there are a bunch of integrations there, like Facebook and whatnot, Bright ID, IDENA and stuff like that. So like maybe that's something like in the future that we might want to integrate as well. I don't know, but for now, we just settle on $3.
I think it likely is. It's solving the different problems because we're not doing quadratic anything at this stage, or we don't need to have people. We're not trying to avoid a civil attack. So it's a different use case. We just want people's names to show up when they donate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was the goal. That was like why I created this issue, because like in the beginning we just have nothing, and I just like wanted to have like, you know, user profile picture, a name, a link to something, whatever that is, like, you know, just like when I click on that person, I can like look up for them and, you know, whatever. Well, if $3 solves the problem, then like we can integrate that. And for the user flow, I don't think we have that much to think about there. We just link them to $3, and I think, I'm not sure, Matteo, can we integrate like from the API within our website, a pop-up or something, inform them about, and then do they need to go to $3 website, or can we integrate it in our website, or what can we do there?
I need to check, but at least fetching their information to our interface, that can be instantly done. But changing the information, it's very likely that they have to go to $3, but I have to check. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, then just let me know the outcome. Make a comment in this issue, and then we can move on with this issue and start developing.
Thank you. And I just asked the Trace team to take a look at the documentations of the IDX. I appreciate if they can leave their comments there. And I think they have a kind of SDK that we can easily use it in our front end. And thank you. And Marilyn, we have just 5 minutes. Go ahead, Ben.
Are you there, Merlin?
I have a question before Merlin goes, if he's not there yet. Just one question. We have now Giveth Next board on ZenHub. When did that happen and why?
Metal, I think you can answer this question better.
That was happening because we had many issues that were duplicated or kind of solved by default in the new next version. So we decided to start again in a cleaner board and do things better this time because we already had a very messy ZenHub board in Giveth 2, and that was like a decision a couple of weeks ago, just to be more organized this time, and with the help of Monique.
Okay, so like the old board is not going to be used anymore? We just look at the Giveth Next board, or?
For planning, we take a look at this board, but I really appreciate if you have any critical issues there, we can move it and plan it for short next sprints. At the beginning of the meeting, I asked Lauren, and I'm not sure about I thought that I was told that many of the issues has been done in the old board. But if you have, epics like or, things that are very critical, I appreciate if you can move it to our new board. There is a link that we can switch it to the new board, and, we plan for it.
Am I muted? No, I'm not. Well, I have a bunch of issues that are new issues on the current Giveth 2 board. Mm-hmm. That needs to be moved, obviously, to the Giveth Next. So
just give me the numbers, and
basically all the issues that I'm assigned on to, like the I'm assigned to all of them, so you can move them.
I'm wondering about so are we gonna actually transfer all the issues? Because I kind of kept the ones that were not really bugs, or I moved mostly just bugs and features, but things that were kind of sort of Giveth planning things or some things to do with design, I left them on the Giveth 2 board because I wasn't under the impression that we were getting rid of it entirely. But if we are, then I can also move all those issues.
Well, if we're starting fresh, it's I can create new issues for the stuff that I'm working on from now on. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, I'll take care of my stuff. No worries.
Or let's just say that we're just not going to use the Giveth 2 board anymore, and then make it easy so that it's less confusing. So I'll move the ones that are relevant.
Okay. By the end of the year, let's not create another board. Thank you very much. I love you all.
Hi, Marco. Hey, I have another point that I would love to flag before we're done. There's this join our. I put it in the chat. This join our community page. It's it needs to be updated. It still has links to Element, and I had kind of made an outline for it. And Kai was assigned to it, but I'm not sure, Kai, if you've had time to do it. But I would just love it if the join our community page on Giveth.io could be up to date and relevant. So maybe we can also prioritize that.
That makes.
Cool.
Metal. I think it's simple and easy, and it's a good start for him. What do you think?
Sorry, I was distracted talking to Merlin. What was the question?
Sorry, Merlin?
No, that I was distracted talking to Merlin and see if he could rejoin the meeting. But what was the question to me? Sorry.
The issues that the Lawrence said. I think it's the good start for the Ramin. I think.
Sure, go ahead.
What do we want to change on the Join Us page? Do we have that somewhere written, the requirements?
So it's in the issue. If you just look at the issue I linked into the chat here, it's issue number 50. And I basically I just, put Telegram at the bottom, put Discord instead of Element, and put more descriptive descriptions, and just a little bit of modification of the flow of the links at the bottom, because it's sort of clunky. And then also it links to social coding and Giveth Galaxy, and these are not up to date as well. So I made a bunch of suggestions in the document, and Danny reviewed it. It was a long time ago. It just needs to be implemented.
Thanks for bringing that one up, Lauren. I just noticed it the other day and was wondering if I was just out of date on updates or something.
Cool.
Okay, Kai, sorry, do you have anything to add? We're seeing the end of the meeting, but if you have any short...
No, it would be great not to have Google Docs as design documents, but I said that before, I think. And Ramin can take that issue, whoever goes first. I don't know why that got dropped. I was actually pretty sure I did that. Well, I checked, I didn't.
I appreciate if you can leave a comment on the issue. Okay, guys, thank you. We ran out of the time, and have a nice weekend.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Appreciate you all.
Cheers.